3, welcome to video 2. So, yesterday, if you remember, we left blue at the moment where the freezing cold rush of water that the gutter kind of spat out towards him to try and move him out of the way, was an attempt to save him. So that's where we left off. Today, rather than be a new paragraph, is almost a continuation of that one, because we're still talking about, like we saw in the video, the series of events of blue unfortunately being mixed up in traffic. Okay, so we're thinking about the point, if you think in the video, after the gutter, when the road sign kind of got involved to try and help him. So before we start writing, 3 things we're going to include in today's paragraph. A simile. I know you're all going to be expert simile makers today. You're always amazing me with your similes. We're going to get in there adjectives, of course, always, and onomatopoeia. Now, I know you're superstars with your onomatopoeic words, so I cannot wait to get reading these today. Okay, so, let me get my little notes. Okay. So, like I said, we want the road sign, that part is where we're starting at. The road sign kind of pushed him out of the way, didn't it? So we want a simile to describe something quick. Quick as a flick, quick as a flick. Perhaps I better use a different colour. Quick as a flick, quick as a, what do you think? Maybe quick as a footballer's kick? Is that quick? Oh, I know what I mean. So quick as the flick of something. So think of something that flicks. Quick as the flick of a footballer's kick, or quick as the flick of a frog's tongue. Quick as a flick. Quick as a flick as a frog's tongue. What else flicks? Quick as a flick of butterfly wings. Quick as a flick of a whale's tail, or a dolphin's tail maybe. Think of something that flicks really quickly. Quick as a flick of an elastic band. Okay, now I'm trying to give you plenty of ideas, so I'm sure you guys have got your own ones. Well done you if you beat me to that. Okay, so pause the video for 2 seconds, just while you get 2 or 3 ideas written down in that box, and then you'll be ready to move on to this side. So, going straight in with our simile. Quick as the flick of a I'm going to go footballer's kick, because I think they're quite speedy and quite quick, especially when they're heading towards that goal. Quick as the flick of a footballer's, I'm going to apostrophe that because it belongs to him, footballer's kick, comma, then tell me what happened. Remember, our opening sentence here is, we're talking about the road sign. The road sign kind of pushed him out the way, or nudged him towards safety. The road sign pushed him clear. Okay. Quick as a flick of a footballer's kick. It belongs to the footballer, so I've got an apostrophe between the R and the S. comma, important piece of punctuation. I take a breath there, I'm not quite finished my sentence. The road sign pulled him clear. Okay. Tell me what the road sign did for him. If you need to go back and watch the video, you can. Okay, now comes to the tricky part of our paragraph today. So, an adjective. We are thinking of the last thing that happened to try and, you know how the environment came alive? The last thing that happened to try and save him was the smoke from the vent, remember? And it was kind of a last final attempt. So I want to think about those words, a last final attempt. Sometimes people say a last ditch attempt. And I want to find other ways of saying like a last desperate attempt or a last frantic attempt to save him, okay? It's a last final effort to save Blue and get him to safety, okay? So I'm going to write down last ditch attempt. I'm going to write down final, like a final attempt. Maybe a desperate attempt. Frantic, we said. Perhaps one final panicked attempt or frenzied attempt to save him. Okay? Because if you think everything in that kind of scene where he was being pulled and pushed in front of traffic, it all happened quite quickly. So we want one of these words to describe, oh my goodness, everything's happening in a last, quick, urgent, like panicked attempt. We want it to seem really urgent. Okay? So get your couple of ideas written down in this box. Then we're moving on to this box we want an adjective here to describe the puff of smoke. So powerful, perhaps. Other words for powerful, I'm sure you've got some. Strong, determined, maybe. Determined, perhaps forceful or fierce or mighty even. Okay, I'm sure you've got some lovely ideas written down there, guys, so well done. Do pause the video if you need a minute or so just to get your ideas written down in this box. We're looking for words for powerful, remember? And then this side, we're ready. So here comes our attempt. What kind of attempt to get Blue to safety? In a last ditch attempt, in a final desperate attempt, in a frantic and urgent attempt? It's up to you. So in, capital I, in a last ditch attempt to save Blue, comma, who is saving him? Can we describe them? In a last-ditch attempt to save Blue, a well-meaning vent gave. The reason I've written a well-meaning vent was because I want the reader to know that this vent, like much of the other parts of the environment, he was really trying to help, wasn't he? But did he end up helping? Didn't really look like it, did it? He kind of put Blue into more trouble. So he meant well, but it didn't work out. So a well-meaning vent gave, and here comes your adjective for the puff, gave a powerful puff, alliteration in there as well, gave a strong and determined puff, gave A fierce and forceful puff, alliteration again, gave an almighty puff, gave, I'm going to write almighty, gave an, remember A-N, not A, if it's got a vowel at the beginning, an almighty. An almighty puff. And then what happened? So, well-meaning, he meant well, but actually where did Blue end up? In a last-ditch attempt to save Blue, a well-meaning vent gave an almighty puff. Full stop. This did what? This propelled, this spiralled Blue into oncoming traffic. This sent Blue flying into oncoming traffic. Up to you. This propelled Blue into oncoming traffic. Okay, let's read it so far. Quick as the flick of a footballer's kick. It rhymes as well. Quick as the flick of a footballer's click, the road sign pushed him clear. In a last-ditch attempt to save Blue, a well-meaning vent gave an almighty puff. This propelled Blue into oncoming traffic. You might say gave an almighty puff of smoke. This spiralled Blue into the face of oncoming traffic. It's up to you. Give me that detail, deep in the moment. Give me more than just what I'm giving you, okay? Right, here comes our onomatopoeia. Do pause the video if you need a minute to get your sentences written down. Okay, onomatopoeia, here we go. So, we're remembering the part of the video where Blue has been spiralled into the face of oncoming traffic. So we need 3 onomatopoeic words to describe that. So remember, onomatopoeic words, those words that sound like they're said. So perhaps, any ideas? Whoosh, bang, crash. Perhaps you're thinking of the car or the lorry that's coming towards him. Squeal, squeak, screech, maybe. Perhaps you want swish, thud. That's always a favourite in year 3, isn't it? Thud. See what you guys can come up with. Think about one noise for the wind that propelled him into the face of the traffic, one word for the sound of the car, and then another sound for him crashing into it. Okay, so 3 words. Here we go on this side. So I want one for the wind. So perhaps whoosh or swish, maybe. Whoosh. Now, often after onomatopoeic words on their own, what piece of punctuation do we put to emphasise? It's quite a loud thing. Whoosh. Is it going to be a full stop? Not quite strong enough? For exclamation mark. Well done if that's what you're thinking. Whoosh! Exclamation mark. Here comes an onomatopoeic word for the car or the lorry or whatever it is coming towards him. Screech, maybe. Screech, exclamation mark. Remember, capital letter for each of these words. It's its own sentence, one word on its own. And then last onomatopoeic word to describe perhaps bang, perhaps thud, perhaps splat. Poor Blue. Splat. Exclamation mark. Whoosh, screech, splat. What happened? What was the last thing that we saw? The world turned black. You might say everything turned black. up to you how you write that last sentence, but tell me that the last thing we saw was everything turned black. So let's just read this from the beginning. Quick as the flick of a footballer's kick, the road sign pushed him clear. In a last-ditch attempt to save Blue, a well-meaning vent gave an almighty puff. This propelled Blue into oncoming traffic. Whoosh, screech, splat! The world turned black. Amazing, full of detail, full of tension, really makes me excited to find out what's coming next. So, give me more detail. Quick as the flick of a frog's tongue, a dolphin's tail, it's up to you. Really make it your own, guys. And give me extra detail wherever you can. You might say a puff of smoke. Yeah, can't wait to see what you come up with. Okay, good luck, guys.